Hello and welcome to the It's Raining Crafts podcast. My name is Raina and I'll be your host. Today is July 24th, 2015. How are you all doing? I am doing well myself. Sorry, I got a text from my husband and this is my second week of vacation that I'm on, and it feels like I'm at home because I'm staying with my mother. And basically, I just picked up all my projects and brought them with me, and I'm working all day on my projects like I do at home. So it's been nice. We went out over the weekend and went up to the city, and I'll talk more about that later. But I'm always working on my projects. In the car, on the train, with my friends. So, my friends who don't knit, I'm always knitting. So, anyway, let's get into the knitting because I'll talk more about my vacation as I'm going through my projects. So the first faux is that I got a second hat done for my nephews. I'm working on number 3 now, but this is also 2 strands of yarn, and I'm close to having these done. And I think that I will have enough to do 3 scarves. I don't think that I need to buy another skein of yarn, which is a good thing. So I finished one of the scarves last night. It's 36 inches long, and they're only 8 and under, so it should be good enough for them, I think. This is a single strand of Red Heart Soft used on this loom. It's a knitting board, Knit Loom Basics loom. And here you see I already started the next one. So it's really handy. It's tiny and has it's very portable, but I didn't take it with me when I was up in the city this week because I thought that I was coming back down like the day after or the morning after, but I ended up staying the whole day in the city. So let me have a sip of my coffee. And so yeah, this is scarf 1 to 3, and 2 to 3 is started. So hopefully I'll have those done by next week. I usually set a goal of the number of rows that I do. I say, okay, I'm going to do 25 today. So I have a knitting counter on my Kindle. It's called Knitting Buddy. It's a 99-cent download, or I think it's free. But that's how I keep count of all my projects. And then I also have it on my iPhone. So anyway, the whips. Let's get into whips. So I have my hitchhiker that I'm working on for my husband's grandmother. I have 19 teeth done, and I have 6 to go. It seemed like it was never ending. It was a never ending project. I'm like, when am I going to get into the second skein? When am I going to get into the second skein? So I'm very close to getting into my second skein right now. But I'm on 19, and I have 6 teeth to go because when I did my mother-in-law's, I had her count the teeth for me recently to see how many teeth there were, so I can set a goal for the end project. So she said I did 25, so I'm going to do 25 on this one and see how that goes. And then I started my decreases on my bank head. I'm about halfway through. I had to switch to the DPNs because they were getting close to the thing and close to the end, and they were stretching out and would not do that. So that's the bankhead. I'm about halfway through the decreases. There's 16 rows, and sorry, I got another message. So I'm about on row 9 now. And then I got my Chai Goose from eBay. So I switched from my Hayas to my Chai Goose to try them out. And the metal part is definitely more denser than the Hayas. I think the Hayas feel more hollow inside, and the Chai Goose feel a lot more heavier, and they're nice. I like them a lot, and I can't wait to use them more. And so I have one right here, actually. So this is a 16-inch because I'm going to knit my sweater, and I want to have the same kind of needles on my sweater. So that's I got a 32-inch circular, and I keep dropping the needle. I got a 32-inch circular and a 16-inch circular for the sleeves to work on that. And then I was working on my old sock in this bag. I got through my gusset decreases. So I didn't bring that many project bags with me when I was coming, because I didn't want to bog my bag down, and some bags are really bulky, and I didn't want the bulky feeling on my back going through the airport. So I've been going cosmetic bag crazy. So this is a cosmetic bag that I got at CVS that I can just put one sock in. So here's the sock. I got through my gusset decreases. I'm going to do my stockinette now. I think I have about 32 rows to do, and then I'll measure and see how far I got on my gusset on my stockinette before I decrease from my toe to 40 stitches. And but I like working with the makeup bags for my socks because it's less bulky, and it takes up less room when I'm traveling, especially now since my mother lives like an hour away, and it's about a 2-hour train ride to San Francisco. So I like to have these because they take up less room in my bag compared to my other project bags. And so I went to CVS, and I think it was $10, so it was on clearance. And then I got another makeup bag. Where is it? Oh, it's in here. Sorry. I have everything that I'm going to show you on my left side. And so I got this makeup bag, and the neat thing about this one is that there's 2 different sections inside. So I can have my 2 at a time socks in 2 different sections. And so these are my mom socks. They're Crazy Zauberball socks, and I switched to my Chai Goo DPNs, 5-inch DPNs, and I'm doing the heel flap right now. I did 6 rows last night, and then when I get done with this heel flap, I'm going to go over to the other heel flap and do it on that sock. But I try to do this one first because it's lighter, and the other one is more darker, and it's hard for me to see in a very dark light. So I have that done, and I like these needles. They're small. My stitches are falling off of them. I have my other needles, but when I was up in the city, I just put my ChiaoGoos in my bag so I can knit. And that's what I did when I was in the city a couple nights ago. And I stayed at a friend's house, a family friend. And while he was at work, I sat at his apartment and I just knitted because I figured if I go out, I have a bad habit of spending all my money, and I won't do that if I was sitting at our friend's house. And that's what I did because I don't have a lot, and I didn't want to spend a lot. So those are my mother's socks. And then the next one is my Tordon cowl. This is in my Star Knits bag that I got at the Pittsburgh Knit and Crochet Festival. It has a chevron in the inside. I'm on section 3. I think that I'm on row 3 of section 3. And the sections are only 12 rows. So this is what I have so far. It's coming out nice, and I can't wait to get it done. But when we went up to the city on Sunday, Imagine It was having a sale. And so I went into Imagine It because I was looking for yarn to go on the ribbing of my Canathetic sweater. And my foot looks really bruised right now. No, it was just a shadow. So I got this color to go with my sweater. This is the color. I got 3 skeins of this. This is Barocco Weekend. And I had 7 skeins of this one at home. And I think that this is very, very beautiful. And I can't wait to knit up my sweater when I get home. So, we were at Chrissy Field, and I got through a section of my cowl, my Tordon cowl, and I just wanted to go and sit on the beach. I'm not like, oh, we have to take drinks. We have, I don't like making the beach a whole big affair. My mother was like, oh, we had to take chairs. We had to do this. It's like, no. Just take a blanket, put it on the beach, and sit and knit. So she had the dogs. And they were going around, and I was just sat on the blanket, and I was knitting on my cowl. And it was very relaxing because, of course, you have, off to your left, you have the Golden Gate Bridge. And my son sent me with Spider-Man, so I took some pictures of Spider-Man on the beach to send to him. And he thought they were really funny, and it was really cute. And then so also at Imagine It on Sunday when we went, I got this classic worsted universal yarn color 7071. I think this would make a very pretty fractured light hat by Kristen Kapoor. It's under 97 yards, and I've been eyeing that pattern for a long time. It's in the Nitty magazine, and I think I'm going to try it. I don't have the needles that they call for with me, but I think that if I do it on 7s or 8s, then it will work. But I thought this was very pretty, and it was a last skein. And sometimes when I try to buy yarn, I always try to buy 2 skeins of the same color in case I run out of one. So and then I went to up to the city again on Tuesday. My good friend Kevin, I call him. He calls himself Good Time Kevin. GTK. So I met him up after he got off his job, and we went to the one of my old Democratic clubs in the city. When I lived in San Francisco before I got married, I got very involved in a lot of Democratic clubs in the city, and it was nice to see some friends that were there, and we had a very, very good time. You know, we went to the club. We went to the club meeting they were endorsing, and it was a very heated discussion, I will say, but I don't want to get into it right now, because that's not what you're here for. You're here to hear about the yarn. So while I was waiting for Kevin, I went back to Imagine It, and if you remember a few episodes ago, I had a pink yarn that I got for my sister and my good friend from college. And so I was like, I need to make hats for them, and it needs to be pink, but I don't have the pink with me. So I got this, and it's a Uptown Bulky in the Old Rose colorway. It's a little bit darker, but that's okay, because I like contrast, you know. It doesn't have to be the exact pink. It just needs to be pink. And then, like, you know, you had the bright pink and you had the dark pink, and it's like, and I'm very bad about going to the yarn store and not having my yarn with me when I'm trying to match. So I'm going to make hats out of those when I'm finished making my third hat for my nephews and my son. And come here, Finnegan. Sorry, the dog is here. You want to be on the camera? Yes, this is Finnegan. He likes to lick a lot. He likes to eat people's cereal too, according to my husband. But so I've been taking that class on Craftsy. I listened to the Marley Bird podcast, Yarn Thing podcast, and she had Lucy Neepy on. Lucy Neepy is a designer from Canada, and she has a new class. It's called Fearless Knitting. I'm in lesson 3 so far. What are you doing, Finn? Come here. Come here. Doggy butt. Doggy butt. Yes, Finnegan likes to lick a lot. Finn, look at the camera. Man. So, I like the class. It makes me look at the my knitting in a whole different light. Now that because I'm a visual learner, I use YouTube a lot when I don't know how to do something. And I think it's a very good thing, and not a very good thing, but it's a very good class, and I'm enjoying it, and it's definitely making me look at my knitting in a different way now. And she is very fun, and I think that she's a very good teacher. So, anyway, I don't have much else that I'm working on. You know, I just feel that I'm at home. I just picked up my office and put it in a different location because I'm knitting on all these projects now. And anyway, I hope that you have a good week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.